It's like tuning into your breath, tuning into your body, really asking yourself, how does this trigger feel? Hello beautiful people, welcome. I'm Shivani, I'm a spiritual and mindset coach, and I'm the founder of the community called Dream Life Lounge, and I'm so happy to see you here today. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for future videos on spirituality, law of attraction, healing, mindset, and so much more, honestly. So in today's video, we are talking about how to move through a trigger, how to really heal a trigger. What is a trigger, first of all? So a trigger is something like you see something, somebody says something to you, and it could be a very, very, very subtle thing, but it can really, really impact you on a very deep level. So you feel like you've been attacked, your body feels unsafe, you feel you are sweating, you're anxious, sometimes like your response is really, really hyperventilated, like it's hyped up. Your brain really, really sees this as a physical attack from outside and gets you into this whole fight and flight mode. You are triggered. That is when you are triggered. It can be from a nightmare, like how I was, I think, 3 weeks back, and it was unexpected and it's unpredictable how you react to it, because for me, logically, it was just a nightmare, but it made me feel things from my past which I was not ready for, perhaps, and it really got my body like sweaty and anxious, and I was really, really scared for my safety. And that's what it does. It could also be from some event which happens on the outside, which could be or could not be even serious. Basically, your trigger is just like salt on your wounds, right? So it stinges, and your body's like, oh my god, it's happening again. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Stay tuned. I will be breaking it down into how can you move through when something like that happens. It could really be also something like, say if you're in a business and a client bails out on you. Say you are fired from a job, or something even as little as, say, someone stops replying to your text. Ooh, it can trigger you, right? So a lot of times we try to fake it and we say, oh, it's okay, it doesn't matter to me. But what I feel is really, really important is to really acknowledge the trigger. Like if you feel like angry, frustrated, it's so important to process that, instead of like, because again, that again becomes a wound for your future self to heal later on then. So if you're aware and conscious, and I'm sure that you are, if you're in this space listening to me, watching to this video, then the best way is to actually get into awareness and release this trigger lovingly and gently. So let's deep dive into it. So the number one advice that I would give you would be to ground yourself. It's very tempting to give an emotional reaction or a response at that time, because your mind would really want you to figure things out, to try to say, why is it happening, where is the attack coming from, because you are now in the fight and the flight mode. So your mind would really want to figure out an exit mode, because an exit way out. Because see, what happens when you're triggered is that the fight and the flight mode gets activated. So even though most likely there's no potential external danger out there, your mind, how it perceives is like you're in a jungle, or you are just being attacked by a tiger. And so your mind would really want an exit way out, would really try to figure things out, like let's figure this out, let's either be ready to fight or be ready to flight to run away, to escape. And those are the two things which we mostly do when we get triggered. We either want to escape or we either want to fight. But instead of doing any of this, the first thing that you should be doing, which is to ground yourself back into your body, back into a place where you feel rooted and grounded. So I would suggest you to do probably a visualization meditation where you ground yourself, or to walk into a park, maybe touch some plants, or walk barefoot on the grass. What you can also do is to activate your senses. Have something rooting, have something solid, maybe have some rooting fruits or vegetables like potatoes, or have a chocolate maybe, or maybe smell some essential oils, or maybe a citrus flavor, something which is strong, something which activates your senses. What I really like to also say is to you, like, you can look around and make a list of 5 things which bring you back into this present moment. Or so it could be what you see, what you hear, what are the 5 things that I can hear, what are the 5 things that I can smell, what are the 5 things that I can hear. And that would really, really ground you more into your body. What you can also do is actually take deeper breaths. You can do a pranayama practice or a breath work. It will really, really help you to get back into your body. And I know it's not so easy. Your breath is most likely really, like, if you would notice for a second, you remember that you've forgotten how to breathe at that moment. So it's very, very vital at the time to come back to your breath. So really try to, like, start from shallow breaths, but then start to deepen your breath as you go, because what is really important at this stage is to just ground yourself and come back into your body. Which brings me to the second thing, and that is cultivating safety. It's very important to also make yourself feel safe. And once you've grounded yourself, it's vital to remind your body that you are actually under no physical harm. No tiger is coming to attack you. No hunters are out there, and you are safe. So I would highly, highly suggest you to say some self-affirming affirmations that you're safe, that you're secure, that your surroundings are safe. Maybe create a safe and secure environment. Maybe grab a cup of warm tea, or maybe have some blankets and pillows around you. Maybe go and hang out, or just be with somebody who's comforting. Maybe it could be your pet, or it could be somebody you love. Just at this moment, the idea is to anchor into safety. You can also do a quick tapping to just get yourself into a safe place. You can just go and tap onto all those points. And then we move on to this third stage, which is awareness. Now that you feel safe in your body, now that you feel grounded, now that you're connected to yourself, to source, I would really suggest you to also probably meditate and connect, or listen to a chant, or listen to anything which is high vibrational, maybe some singing bowls, just anything which lifts your vibration and which gets you into a place where you're more connected to source and to yourself on a deeper way. Once all that's done, then you move on to the stage 3, which is all about awareness. Here it is, you're ready and you're, I think, in a good stage to really get aware of your triggers. So you could really, this is the place where you can ask yourself questions. So you can get into a meditation and you can tune into your breath and start verbally asking questions, or you can pick up a journal and actually start journaling. For all of us, there are different ways which work, and there's no right or wrong way. It's just what feels good. If you live with somebody whom you really trust and you can confide in, then it's okay to do it with them as well. So, but as always, like, pick and choose what feels good to you, which feels safe to you, because you don't want to pretend or lie or create a bias. Sometimes we can end up doing that when we're doing it with somebody. So just whatever works for you. It could literally be any way, it doesn't really matter. So when it comes to awareness, it's really about, like, identifying where is this coming from. So the first thing, instead of asking where is it coming from, really go to this place and ask yourself, how does it feel? Like, how does it feel? So it could be anger, or it could be like, what am I feeling right now? So it could be anger, it could be grief, it could be frustration. So really just, like, tuning into your breath, tuning into your body, really asking yourself, how does this trigger feel? And then maybe you can ask, where do I feel this trigger in my body? And maybe you can then ask yourself, where is it coming from? Have I felt this way before? What is this trigger trying to teach me? What is this trigger trying to heal in me? What is the wound that this event has triggered in me? Is there something from the past which comes up? And again, it's so important to be connected to your intuition at this time, because your brain can mess up. But really trusting that whatever is the first thing which comes to your mind, I really like to do it is like, whatever is the first thing that I just say or think of or feel into, I pick up that. So don't try to mess around with what comes up. Oh no, this is not it. It must be this, it must be this. Like, we are not here trying to use logic and reasoning. We're trying to get into our body, our feelings, our emotional bodies, and really our spiritual bodies as well. So try to use your intuition here, your heart here, and see what are the things which come up for you. So it's really nice. What I also like to do is an automatic writing. So all the questions which I just listed above, you can write them down one by one. Probably pause this video and note down these questions, and when you do it, really sit one by one and really let the answers flow through. Let your pen flow through. Or when you're sitting in the meditation, as I said, just tuning into your body, tuning into your breath, and letting it fully flow through. So whatever comes to your heart, whatever comes out of your mouth, just pick that up. Don't try to reason it around. Sometimes you might get like no answer. Sometimes where is it coming from, you just don't know, and that's okay too. Like, we are not here to figure things out. It's okay if something comes up. It's okay if something doesn't come up. Maybe it'll come later, maybe it won't come, maybe it does not need to come. We are here to release this wound. Alright, so now we are on to the next stage, which is about healing the triggers, releasing that trigger, releasing that wound, releasing that energy, emotion, belief, whatever it is stuck into your system. We are releasing it. So this is the place of release. Once you've become aware and you've asked yourself, does this serve me? And there's this loud no, I don't want to keep this. You're ready to release, right? And when you're ready to release, how to release it? You can release it through tapping. You can release it through literally writing it on a paper and burning it down. You can release it through affirmations. You can release it through energy work. So you can basically release it in different forms. You can release it in the form of tears, sweat, energy. So when you do energy work, you shift the energy. When you do breath work, you release it through your breath. When you do tapping, the energy releases up. When you can also go and do probably run, go for a run. You can do some ecstatic dancing, or you can do some shaking. You can actually go and do some shadow boxing. I love it. It's one of the best ways for me to channel whenever I feel into that anger, to release it out. So really finding the best way at this moment. Again, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I love dancing, so all the time I'm gonna dance. Different times ask for different places in your body, which how your body wants to express in that moment of time and space. Allow your body to lead you, allow your intuition to lead you at that time, and see what really comes up. So for you, if it's, and sometimes it could be none of them, and they could be just tears rolling down, and just being okay and gentle and kind with that kind of release too. As I said, you can release it through any way. It's just energy and it just wants to be released. It could be through tears, it could be through sweat, it could be through energy or breath. Any which way, all ways are perfectly beautiful. There are so many different modalities out there, but whatever you chose is perfectly fine, as long as you are in sync and in vibration with it. Like, don't force yourself into doing something which you don't feel called to do at that time. Like, if you have tears rolling down, I don't think you are in a place to go and probably do some shadow boxing. I mean, maybe you are, but maybe you're not. And if you're not, then you don't have to force yourself. Always listening to your intuition and to your body and to your higher self as well. So now we move on to this last stage, where it is really about picking up a new belief, reinstalling a new story. You release something. You have released something which no longer serves you. There was a trigger, there was a backstory maybe from your childhood or from anywhere, any place, and you've released it. And now that you've released it, whatever awareness might have come through stage 3, there is this space. And I think it's really, really important to fill that space up, because then you might feel like a void sometimes. So now what's your new story going to be about? So if you heal something around money, what's your new money story? If you heal something around your relationships or around some of your pattern, what's your new pattern is going to be about? So for you, for example, if it's been something like you released something around working really hard to be able to receive love or money or anything, and that's something which really triggered you, and now you want to release it, and now you've released it. So for your, what is your new story going to be like? um, Receiving is fun. It's okay to receive. Making money is wonderful and fun and good. It's beautiful to receive love, to be loved. So all of these news stories are really, really vital to build your new programming, to build a new pathway for you, because now you've emptied the contents, and it's so important to fill it up with something that you want in your life, something that you want to live by, something that you resonate with. Most of our belief systems were formed when we were not really even conscious. We just picked them up from here and there, from our society, from our parents, from at schools, and every single place we just like picked it up randomly. But now that you're aware and conscious, you do have a choice to actually adopt a belief system, adopt a story which is in sync with your values, with your individual values. And now let's quickly summarize it: how to navigate and heal a trigger. Ground yourself, cultivate safety, bring awareness, and then you release and heal. And this is it from me. I hope these tips help you and guide you. Stay committed to being loving and kind to your journey, to your process. It's not a one-time project that you have to nail. This is, you are on a journey of self-love, of self-acceptance, of living a dream life, and it's so vital and so important to be patient with yourself, to be loving to yourself. That's the whole point of this. So really hope you enjoyed this. Leave me your feedbacks, your topic suggestions, or anything else you would want me to make videos on. I would love to answer any questions if you have. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yes, wait before you leave. If you want to dive deeper into this work, I have so many resources, and especially my DLL membership, especially carved out for you, a consistent, committed, supportive, and the most affordable way out there to actually heal your soul. It's like a soul membership. If you're ready for this, then check out the DLL membership. You would love it. I'm sending you so much love. Take care and have a beautiful week ahead.